Well, it's a day that not everybody's into. I'm okay with it. It's this weekend. It's Father's Day in this episode of
I Tell You What.
And it's kind of weird. It was weird transitioning when I lost my dad. Now it just means something different because my dad's not around so much. So I think about that. Mm-hmm. But now it's more, I guess, with me. My kids just look at it kind of a Hallmark holiday. And they're kind of like...
Oh, they do?
Oh, yeah, they do the obligatory. Landon writes 3 lines. Love you, Dad.
Yep.
And then it's like HFD. Happy Father's Day.
Nice.
And then there's a balloon.
Not even worth the word.
Landon or JMO writes a long descript thing.
Cute.
And Landon, I get Landon. Landon and I are on the same wavelength. So I see every day what I mean to him.
Yep.
And I see that with JMO too. Don't get me wrong. But JMO's just more sentimental, writing stuff down.
Yeah.
Landon's more like, you know, I love you. I don't need a card to tell you.
Right.
You know? But it is different since my dad's gone. This is not going to be a downer podcast. It's kind of weird. We always celebrated him. I enjoy celebrating other people more than I like celebrating myself. Yeah. I loved birthdays as a kid because everybody celebrated me. But then once birthdays became kind of
older,
then it's like, yeah, I don't like birthdays anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Don't celebrate me.
Yeah.
I like celebrating other people's birthdays and stuff. And not trying to sound like Johnny goody, but it was weird because Father's Day, I just don't like to be, I like having steaks and cooking out, but I don't really need all the attention.
Well, I get that.
Yeah.
Now, if I got a lounge
what Father's
chair,
Day usually is kind of grilling and hanging out and,
some
a couple
families
cards.
really do it up. I remember once right after we lost my grandpa, my dad and I were and I told you this wasn't going to be a downer cast, and it isn't, because I don't look at death as being the worst thing. I really don't. So you're going to face it one day. You transition. My grandpa died. My dad and I were in the hospital as he passed, and he was in the military, very proud military guy. So the family got my dad the flag, which it's folded to a triangle, and we got him a case for that.
That's cool.
And because it was folded up at his funeral by my grandpa's buddies that were in the firing squad and all that. And they folded it up and gave it to my dad. It's like one of the very few times I ever saw my dad get choked up and cry.
That's cool.
So we gave him that for Father's Day. And I always thought that was kind of a big deal.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a really
so that's
good
a
memory.
Father's Day memory for me.
That's a good one.
But otherwise, outside of celebrating him, it's just kind of like we just hang.
Yeah.
And
chill.
We used to go play golf with my dad, but he would get bitchy because he was very intense golfer.
Yeah, he's good.
And he was very good. And as he got older, he wasn't as good. So he was scratch or nothing back in the day. And then as he got older, you can't do that. You don't have, physically, you're just not able to do this. So you get a little bitchy. So I remember those Father's days.
But still fun to look back on now, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. For my favorite memory with my dad is when we had gone camping, and my dad and I were big into fishing, and my sister was not. But we took my sister this time on this tin boat, and we were trolling, meaning you go very slow, Michaela, and you release a little bit of line. My sister yelled from the back of the boat that she didn't have any more line, so she released all of her line, which is a lot, and it was snagged.
Oh, no.
So instead of cutting it because we didn't have any more and it was all in the water, we took probably an hour and a half.
You threw the rod over.
No, we took an hour and a half probably to reel it real slowly in, find the log that it was on, and we got it. And my dad was pissed. He was turning bright red. He was annoyed with my sister. He said, don't do anything. I'm going to put a worm on it. I'm going to cast it for you, and you don't touch it.
How old is she?
Oh, gosh, she was probably 11, 12.
Okay.
And I'm in the front of the boat watching all of this. And he takes it, releases the cast, and dink, it broke. He lost everything. So everything we worked for, the line just snapped. Everything that we worked for, everything that we had done. And he turned to my sister, and I started laughing so hard. And then she looked at me like, what are you doing? And then he looked at me like, what are you doing? And we all burst out laughing together in tears.
That's good.
Over this situation. Mm-hmm. And Amy was forever then banned from fishing.
Well, understandably so. I'll be honest.
Fishing with children is a pain in the ass.
We still,
you got to really embrace the moments, man, because they do. Those lines are going everywhere, and then one kid wants to, he's almost going to hook his brother's ear, and, well, in my case, just talking 2 boys. It's not always, you have to really go.
You do. But when we both saw how angry he was and just started giggling, man, and then when he started laughing, to this day, I will never forget the look on his face.
That's good. Mac, you must golf a lot on Father's Day, do you?
Yeah, like that's kind of my tradition with my dad now. But I, more so than like his birthday or my mom's birthday or whatever, I try to go sentimental for Mother's Day and Father's Day. So
are you a sentimental person? I don't see you as being very sentimental. Not with us.
I am when it comes to my parents.
Okay.
I have this like horrible fear of them dying, and like when they go,
Oh,
like
gosh.
I just when they go, I just know I'm gonna be.
By the way, note to self: you should bring that up in your therapy.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I know like I can't picture a world without my parents, and I know it's the circle of life, and like they would absolutely say better they go before me, but I never want to picture a world.
Do you
without
realize
them.
though that you have minimally, honestly, with your parents, minimally, in my opinion, if you're just because I'm a guy, you may not want to hear this, but minimally 3 or 4 decades with your parents. Seriously, your parents are pretty young.
Yeah,
early
they're
60s,
in their 60s.
The way people are
But
going.
my mom's parents died pretty young.
But you know what? It's so many advancements.
I agree with that.
And
You just never know.
No, you don't know. You don't know. I mean, some people lose their parents when they're I was real young. I mean, when my parents died.
You were.
I was compared to my brothers and sister. I mean, we're all actually a little.
You were young, but they weren't young.
My brothers and sister?
No, your parents.
No, my parents weren't. No, I was young, but they were not.
Yes,
no,
they were not.
had me
because they had you later in life.
Very late in life,
and
yeah.
Kind of me to an extent. My parents were in their mid-30s, which, at the time was
sure
older, but
But
so
your parents are going to be around for a long
I hope.
time.
I mean, I really sincerely hope so because I can't picture a world without them. So for like Father's Day and Mother's Day, I always try to go more sentimental. And then their birthdays, get them something they want or need or a gift card somewhere or whatever. But so 2 years ago when I got married, I got my dad a picture of us from our father-daughter dance at our wedding, or at mine and Matt's wedding. And that just put my dad in tears, which is always the goal.
Yeah.
I always have the goal to make my parents
But
cry.
he's easy, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's sentimental. So, like, I had given him also, prior to that, I had given him letters, and it was like, open me or read me when you're sad or read me when you want to laugh or, that kind of thing. And so he kind of got teary-eyed at that. And then he saw the picture, and he's like threw his head back, just started sobbing. And I was
awesome.
like, yes, I won. I got it.
I won. It's always a competition.
My niece and nephew, they call him Papa. So last year I got him a shirt that said Best Papa by Par.
Did he cry?
Oh, cute.
I don't think he cried at that one, but it's a golf shirt, just like my dad's got
cute.
pretty basic style. I know what he likes. So I was excited about that one. And then this year I thought of it a little too late because his birthday is in May. So I wanted it for his birthday, but I ended up ordering it too late. So it's here for Father's Day now. I got him golf balls because he is a big golfer. His age is on it, so the number 65, and then it says Papa on it because that's what my niece and nephew call him. So I'm excited for that.
He'll cry if he gets hit in the head with one.
Well, so he got a hole-in-one about a month ago, and my sister came up with this really cool idea, but I had already bought his gift. She's going to get like a plaque. So that he can frame the scorecard, and it's got all the info on like the day he got it.
Oh, that's really good.
The whole, like all that kind of
No,
stuff.
I'm going to cry. I always wanted one of those.
I do too. And he's got two.
Never had one.
No.
He has
Been
two.
an inch away, but he has two.
Yeah.
Rich get richer.
He got one before I was born.
How about your mom?
My mom has one.
That's just see.
Yeah, but I think.
I mean, I'm happy for him. Don't get me wrong.
No,
but
I agree
everybody
with
has
you.
one, but me, man.
One day.
I mean, there is amount of skill that you need to have to get one, but it's also so much luck because I played with someone a few years ago who plays maybe 5 to 10 times maybe a year, and he got one. Like, so
really?
Yeah, it just goes to show you that it's not the best golf. Some of the best golfers in the world don't have them.
My dad made me feel better though because I got second shot like double eagles and stuff, which is almost a bigger thing because it's not a par 3.
What is an eagle?
Like on a par 5,
You're
I
under?
shot it. I put it in with a 3-wood.
Oh, okay.
And it rolled into the hole.
So a par 5 is considered par.
Yes.
4 is a birdie.
I got a 2.
Okay.
3 is an eagle.
And then what's Alcatraz?
Albatross is 2.
Albatross is
Yes,
2.
I
got
called
an
it an
albatross.
Alcatraz. before,
And I
yes.
always called it a double eagle, but it's called an albatross, right?
Yeah, you can call it either.
I've had 2. I know 2 albatrosses.
Okay.
Yeah, which is more
which are
rare
total
than a hole in
luck
one.
yeah, but it's not a hole in one though.
No, I know, but it's more rare.
It's a total pot shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them, the thing was going way to the left, and I sliced it.
Yeah.
It's like rolled around the green and went in the hole. I'm
I've
like,
come
all
close.
right.
I've come close, and this year I actually felt like I had gotten the closest I had ever been to a hole-in-one. I can show you a picture, and we can post it on the Facebook page if you guys care enough. But I mean, like, it's such a weird thing because it's on the bucket list, but it's something that you can't control.
Your dad
know
already
what I
has
mean?
his gift. He got his hole-in-one this year.
Look how close
that's
I
close,
was.
Yeah.
Oh, you were close.
Yeah.
One
Not
day, Mikhail.
close
Did you get
enough.
down and blow on it?
I would have.
Not close
Just
enough.
run down and kick it with your shoe. You're fine.
Hey, happy Father's Day, everybody.
Yes.
Here lies another episode of
I Tell You What.
Find more of them where?
iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts. You can rate, review, and subscribe there, too.